A look at the volunteer relief efforts in Fairdale. The largest apartment complex in DeKalb could be getting a facelift, and Sycamore residents will have to look to other towns for some of their park programs. NTC News Tonight starts right now.
You're watching NTC News, DeKalb County's only television news source, on the campus of Northern Illinois University and from the Northern Television Center. This is NTC News Tonight.
Fairdale is slowly trying to get back to the way things used to be before the tornado that ripped through their community earlier this month. Good evening, I'm Ryan Mack, and thank you for joining us.
And I'm Emily Neely. Here's the latest. The Sheriff's Department sent us word this afternoon that State Route 72 is now open again. The highway has been sealed off since the tornado hit. Many people have been volunteering to show support and help the residents clean up what is left of the town. Here's NTC reporter Carolyn Budvillas.
Team Rubicon has been out helping residents of Fairdale since the tornado struck last Thursday. This is only one of the many volunteer groups that have been out here trying to clean up the remains. One volunteer has a positive experience being a part of the relief efforts.
Even though I was doing all these things that were great things, there was a little void in my life, something that was missing, and being able to serve with my fellow veterans and help out the community, it really made a difference for me.
The volunteer work has also touched the heart of many of the people that have lost their home. This small community has come together in such a large way. One survivor took time out of his day to draw his family on the back of his car that had made it through the storms. Without the help from everyone, this man wouldn't have been able to keep such a positive spirit.
We all stick together and we're getting it taken care of, thanks to all the volunteers, the fire department, the police department, just everybody. It's a great feeling to know that this is all going on the way it is, and everything's looking brighter day by day.
Volunteers are still out here trying to clean up the mess of this home from what's left of the Fairdale tornado. People fill up trash bags full of residents' belongings. And with the sun finally shining and the temperature going up, volunteers are dedicated to making progress. DeKalb County is doing what they can to keep the volunteers full of energy.
He's eager to help, happy to help. Everybody's doing a great job. We just try to keep everybody coordinated and happy and hydrated, and it's been very positive.
Although much of the debris has been cleaned up, there's still so much more to be done. In Fairdale, Carolyn Budvillas, NTC News.
Northern Illinois University's football team has also helped in the cleanup efforts in Fairdale. Nearly 100 NIU football players and coaches arrived in Fairdale on Saturday to help residents. They helped clear yards and carry away fallen tree limbs and scrap metal.
University Village apartments could be bought, leading to a multi-million-dollar renovation project. Security Properties has plans to buy and renovate the over 500-unit apartment complex, but DeKalb's Planning and Zoning Commission aren't ready to commit to anything just yet. City planners no longer believe that building large concentrations of affordable housing in one place is a good idea. A public hearing tonight brought up suggestions of waiting for another developer to buy the property.
We don't know.
Okay.
So that's why we're just all hoping for the best, that we won't have to cross that bridge. We're hoping that everything is going to go through and we'll be on a positive note.
Okay.
University Village isn't the only place that could see a major overhaul. Overcrowding in the DeKalb County Jail has led to sending more than just prisoners to other counties. By forcing prisoners into different counties, millions of dollars are being spent to help other counties accommodate them. The DeKalb County Jail has a capacity of 89 beds, but last year held 145 prisoners. The DeKalb County Board proposed a plan that would allow enough space for prisoners without having an increase in taxes.
Police officers continue looking for a DeKalb man who escaped the county courthouse last week. Police say Stefan Harris was cooperative at first until he ran out from the security station and out the county courthouse when the deputy was researching his warrants. Deputies chased the man and patrol units searched the area, but were unable to find him.
The DeKalb Planning and Zoning Commission voted against permits for a new Verizon cell phone tower. Residents opposed to the tower broke out in applause after the vote. They want Verizon to build onto AT&T's existing tower that is nearby. The decision will now fall into the hands of the DeKalb City Council, who will have final say.
Sycamore residents will have to pay more to use certain Park District programs. Sycamore's community center will be under construction beginning in July, restricting residents from park programs. Beginning in August, residents will get reduced rates on DeKalb Park District recreation programs. The agreement will exclude athletic programs, outdoor pool use, and the golf courses.
Once a year, students take time out of their busy schedules to give back and clean up the campus.
NTC reporter Nicole Schenberger has more on NIU Cares Day and the work that's been done.
I'm here at the Pay It Forward House where NIU students are volunteering for NIU Cares Day. The Pay It Forward House was one of the many different locations that the NIU volunteers were assigned to help clean up. Many students took time out of their weekend to participate in this event.
I like seeing NIU students with the community, helping the community out.
Students were not limited to only picking up trash, but also raking, planting flowers, and even helping clean up a patio. Students and organizations from all over the university get to help out just by one simple task just like this. Not only did students take time out of their weekend to help clean up the areas around campus, but also NIU President Doug Baker got his hands dirty at a few different locations.
The great thing about NIU Cares Day is it brings students together with each other to meet each other and then brings students together with a community.
The entire community coming together is something you don't get to see every day, but with the help of NIU Cares Day, that's exactly what you experience. Not only are students volunteering, but they are also getting an opportunity of a lifetime. I'm Nicole Schenberger for Ntc News in Sycamore.
What a great chance to do something for the community, and it looks like they had a great day for it too.
But today is not looking as wonderful. Brittany Merleau is here with us now. Are we going to finally see the skies clearing up, Brittany?
Not today. We'll see a little bit of clearing tomorrow, but unfortunately we're going to still see those winds and that cold. Let's take a look at tomorrow's temperatures in the area. We're going to be in the mid to upper 50s. Lucky Peoria, they're going to be at 63 hopefully, but those winds are going to be gusting. So for more on how cold it's going to be this week, stay tuned. You're watching NTC News Tonight.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back. Today definitely felt more like fall or even like those winter temperatures that reminded me of when I slipped and fell and got this cast. But this should be hopefully the last broadcast that I have it, so thumbs up to that. But bad news is that these temperatures, we woke up to 52 degrees. That was our high today. Ever since, those temperatures have been falling, and we've been left with these overcast skies throughout the day and wind chills of 41 degrees with the winds gusting up to 21 miles per hour, making it feel much colder out there. And this is what's going on. We have this low pressure system just up to the north of Lake Michigan, wrapping these winds counterclockwise, pulling that cold air again from the north. The same story we saw most of this winter. Poor Wisconsin. They're actually seeing snow falling in northern Wisconsin, rain to the south, and we're actually in the clear for the rest of tonight. And this is what's going on. Not only is it affecting us and the snow to Wisconsin, we also have a cold front pushing eastward, which is going to have a risk for severe weather off to the east coast, West Virginia, Maryland, and southern Pennsylvania. We're going to be keeping an eye over there as well. But as we move into tomorrow, those winds are going to be gusting even faster, up to 40 miles per hour. Look at them just coming straight at us. I know it's mostly a westerly wind, but it is coming from the north, so that we are going to have those cold temperatures. But hopefully those clouds will start to push up to the north. We'll just see a little clearing by tomorrow. And then by Wednesday, those winds are going to calm just a little bit, and I only mean to 35 miles per hour. So it's going to feel the same as Tuesday with those strong winds pushing towards us. But thankfully, those clouds will lift up to the north, leaving us with some sun. on Wednesday. Now let's bring it back to Monday night. We're going to see those partly cloudy skies, breezing. It's going to start to pick up to 30 miles per hour. We have a very slight chance of rain, but mostly it's going to be a low of 37 and feeling much, much colder with those wind gusts. So close those windows because you don't want to wake up tomorrow with a cold or a scratchy throat or anything like that. And as we move on to tomorrow, those partly sunny skies are going to lead way. We're going to have a slight chance of rain between 2 and 8. But the big concern is going to be those winds, 40 miles per hour. So if you're driving, it's going to be very hard. Your car's going to be whipping around on the highway. If you're walking to class, button up, be prepared. It's going to feel much, much colder than 54. It's going to feel more like 40s, even into the 30s with those wind gusts tomorrow. Now Tuesday night, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 34. The clouds are actually good. It's going to try to trap in any little bit of heat that we have left, but those gusts are going to go to 35 miles per hour by Tuesday night. So here's my 5-day forecast. Those clouds will start to move out Tuesday. Temperatures are going to fall when the clouds leave. Like I said, they're not going to trap that heat in, so we're going to see a little bit of a dip. Look at these lows here. We're hitting freezing temperatures. So make sure to stay inside. It's going to not feel like anything that we're used to at all. But as we push into the weekend, temperatures are going to start to rise, and we're hoping for 60s by Sunday. And that's it for weather. Let's send it back to the desk.
A Chicago Uber driver does more than transport citizens.
And Cook County's stance on drugs focuses on public health. Here are today's state lines.
Prosecutors say an Uber driver with a concealed carry permit shot a man who opened fire at pedestrians in Chicago's Logan Square. The driver grabbed his own weapon and shot the man several times. Prosecutors say the driver acted in self-defense and the defense of others.
Cook County State's Attorney Anita Alvarez plans to introduce an overhaul of her office's drug policies regarding low-level marijuana possession and other recreational drugs. The aim is to address drug use and addiction as a public health issue.
Faculty pay at the University of Illinois is among the highest in the nation. A nonprofit association of professors' annual ranking places U of I 17th, with an average compensation for the university's faculty members over $150,000.
A McHenry County judge has ruled against the Outlaws Motorcycle Club, which is trying to reclaim vests and patches seized after a 2012 bar brawl. The judge says the Outlaws are a street gang, and the vests and patches identified their membership and facilitated the fights. And that's today's State Lines.
Multiple migrant ships go down in the Mediterranean Sea.
And Taiwan is hit with an earthquake that kills one and injures another. Here's what's happening in today's World Watch.
A search is underway in the Mediterranean Sea after a boat carrying hundreds of migrants capsized overnight. Italian authorities say a distress call went out off the coast of Libya. They also believe as many as 700 people were on the boat. Many of them are believed to be dead. Officials say as many as 49 people have been rescued and 24 bodies have been recovered.
At least 3 people have died in a migrant ship disaster. It happened off the Greek islands of Rhodes. Greek officials say the ship was carrying at least 83 people when it sank. 57 passengers have been saved, and rescue crews continue their search. Italy's Navy has agreed to commit ships and aircraft to patrol for migrants along the Mediterranean.
A fast-moving brush fire threatens hundreds of homes in California. The fire began Saturday evening when firefighters responded to a report of trees on fire outside of Los Angeles. By Sunday, the flames had spread to 175 acres. Evacuations are in place for homeowners in the line of fire. So far, no injuries have been reported. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
An earthquake rattled the coast of Taiwan today. This is video from inside a newsroom where you can see the monitors shaking and doors rattling. The U.S. Geological Survey says the quake had a 6.6 magnitude with a depth of about 18 miles. Officials say it triggered a transformer fire in Taipei that killed an 84-year-old man and sent a 28-year-old man to the hospital. And that's today's World Watch.
You heard the music. It is time for NTC Sports. I'm Dan Kenny. Thanks for tuning in. Playoffs have started for not one, but 2 major sports this past week. The Bulls and Blackhawks were both in action this weekend, and with the hot news in Chicago being who will be guarding the net for Game 3. Coach Joel Quinville decided to go with Scott Darling at goalie instead of the familiar face of Corey Crawford. Jonathan Taves and the Blackhawks look to capitalize on their home ice advantage. We're all tied up at 1 in the second period, where Marian Hossa sets up the table for Taves as his wrister finds a home in the back of the net. Later that minute, actually, Predators' Matthias Ekholm aims and fires the slap shot for the equalizer. Nearing the end of the second period now, Taves doesn't need a GPS to find his teammate Brent Seabrook, who scores the goal and puts the Blackhawks up 4-2. They go on and win by that very same margin. The Chicago Bulls open up their playoffs by hosting the Milwaukee Bucks. But make no bucks about it, that's not the main headline. Derrick Rose is playing in his first playoff game since his horrifying knee injury 3 years ago. Let's take a look. Your eyes do not deceive you. That's D. Rose suiting up for the Bulls. The Bulls had a 4-point lead before D. Rose plays some scrappy defense, and his team pays it forward and feeds him for the breakaway slam. That served as a good barometer to kind of gauge where D. Rose was at. The ball bounces around here, and it finds Mike Dunleavy, who, like a trapeze artist, keeps his balance and finds Jimmy Butler, who, you know what he does? He gets buckets. Ball distribution is key for the Bulls, as Pau Gasol here, he threads the needle between two defenders, and he finds that man again. Take another look at it. Jimmy Butler soars through the air and finishes with a nice soft touch. Bulls take game 1 as Derrick Rose stars. The defending champion Spurs took on the Clippers in last night's final matchup. Aaron Baines got absolutely punished last night as Blake Griffin goes around him for the thunderous slam. Chris Paul here, he whips it past to Blake Griffin, and this time he gets real nasty as he goes over the top of Baines for this throwdown. Griffin turns his noodles into pasta on this dunk. Now we see Blake the visionary as he throws a no-look pass to fellow sharpshooter J.J. Redick, who drains the corner 3. The Clippers topple the defending champion Spurs by 15. The White Sox took on the Detroit Tigers yesterday afternoon with the intent to take the series. It was a rough day for Chicago baseball, to be quite honest, so let's just see how this one played out. Sox pitcher Jose Quintana is in a bases-loaded jam. He throws one right down the pipe, and Yoenis Cespedes sends this into the solar system with his moonshot. That's a grand slam, and Cespedes, he was only getting started. Throw the same exact pitch, he said. No way he's going to crush it again, he said. Oh no. He did it again. Cespedes rounds the bases for the second time after his second home run of the evening. And the White Sox, they had no answer for Detroit as they fall to the Tigers 9-1. From the White Sox to the Cubs, today's play of the day takes place in Wrigley. Here it is. John Lester is on the mound, and he's wearing his lucky mitt. Pay attention to that. He's placed his comebacker quite well, I'd say, but the ball just gets wedged in his mitt. That's awkward, but he thinks fast. He shuffles the glove over to Rizzo for the force out at first, and let's just call that today's play of the day. In other news now, Tim Tebow, yes, that Tim Tebow, signs a 1-year contract with the Philadelphia Eagles. It will certainly be interesting to see if he can beat out Matt Barkley for that third quarterback spot. That's all for NTC Sports. I'll catch you on the flip side.
Coming up, we'll show you how much food this woman ate in an hour that resulted in this epic food baby. You're watching NTC News Tonight.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Now that we're in grilling season, a good steak sounds great right about now.
Well, one California woman had the same idea, but to the extreme. She broke her own eating record in a Texas restaurant Sunday. Competitive eater Molly Schuyler has taken on and beat eating challenges at restaurants all over the country. She beat her own record for most steak eaten in an hour Sunday at a steakhouse in Amarillo. She ate 3 steak meals that include 72-ounce steaks, salads, baked potatoes, shrimp cocktail, and rolls. That adds up to a little over 13 pounds of steak.
I can't imagine eating that much in a day, rather an hour.
Personally, I'm impressed that someone that small could eat that much. NTC News Tonight is produced and directed by students here at Northern Illinois University. We want to thank you all for being with us.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll be back at this same time on Wednesday. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye, everyone.